Solve the quadratic equations by completing the square. You need to answer in simplest fraction form and or simplest radical form. So remember, as you're studying for the test, that we had about 6 steps that we used to use the to complete the square. And the first step was to put the variables on one side, the constants on the other. So we're going to start subtracting 134. And we get x squared minus 12x plus something equals negative 134 plus something. To figure out what that something is, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our b, which is negative 12, we're going to divide it by 2 and we get negative 6, and then we square it. Negative 6 squared means negative 6 times negative 6, which is positive 36. By the way, I skipped step 2, which was if there is any number in front of the x squared term, divide it out. But luckily on this problem, there's no number in front of x squared. So what we just did, finding that red 36 there in the box, is we took b divided by 2, and we squared it. That was our step 3, which now leads us to step 4, which is to factor. And we get x times x. And remember, these parentheses need to be the same value. So when we are looking at 36, we need 2 values that multiply to be 36 that are the same. And in front of the 12 is a minus, so these both need to be minus. And over here, on the other side, we're going to subtract negative 134 plus 36, which gives us negative 98. And I know it's not listed on your steps here, but the next thing that I say to do is condense. Some teachers do that, and some teachers do not do that last step. But we're just going to rewrite this. Give x minus 6 squared equals negative 98. And now what's going to happen is we're on to our next step, which is to take the square root of both sides. Square rooting and squaring are inverse operations. They cancel each other out. So we get x minus 6 equals plus or minus the square root of negative 98. And our last step is to solve for x. So we'll add the 6 over to the other side. So we get x equals 6 plus or minus the square root of negative 98. The thing is, we need to remember to look and see if we can simplify the square root of negative 98. And if nothing else, we've got the square root of negative 1 in there, and the square root of negative 1 is I. We saw that back at the beginning of this review. So we've got I times the square root of 98, and then the question is, can we simplify some more? Well, this is 2 times 49, which is 7 times 7, carried on the 2. Remember, when we're simplifying this, what we're looking for is we're looking for 2 of the same values. Take out 1. And we have 2 sevens, so we can take that out. Also remember that we had already have an I on the outside. We have a single 2 that's going to remain in there. And as I pull the screen back up a little bit, remember it was 6 plus or minus. So our value here is 6 plus or minus 7i radical 2. The difference on 19 compared to problem 18 here is that we do have a number in front of the x squared term. But when we start like we always do. We're going to add 25 both sides. We have 5x squared minus 10x equals 25. And no, I didn't put the box in yet, because we do need to do step 2, and step 2 says that you need to get that number that's in front of the x squared term, also known as leading coefficient. We have to divide it out. We divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5. And this is where I'm going to put my box back in. So we end up with x squared minus 2x plus something equals 5 plus something. So we've done step 1, variables on one side, constants on the other. Step 2, divide out the leading coefficient. Now we're on step 3, which is the b divided by 2a, b divided by 2 squared. So b, in this case, is negative 2, divided by 2 is negative 1 squared. And remember that negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Which leads us to step 4, which is to factor. And once again, a reminder here. When we factor, those parentheses have to have the same value. X squared is x times x. 1 is 1 times 1. And the sign in front of the 2 is a negative, so these are both going to be negatives. On the right side, 5 plus 1 is 6. And we condense. X minus 1 squared equals 6. And now we can get close to finishing here, because we factored, we condensed. Our next step is to take the square root of both sides. And again, square rooting and squaring cancel each other out. X minus 1 equals plus or minus square root of 6. And then we're going to solve. So we're going to add 1 to both sides. And we do. We get x equals 1 plus or minus square root of 6. And that is our solution, because 6 is 2 times 3. We don't have 2 of the same value to take out 1.